What's up, y'all? It's Empress Alicia checking in. I have been offline for over a year, kind of off the scene, just getting my life in order to where I want to see it at. Also, enjoying my new marriage. I got married on 2/2/22. It was a magical year, but this year is even more magical because I feel like this is the year of taking that leap of faith and directing your life and controlling your reality. It's up to you this year. If you don't step forward, it's like we're in a great reset of the world and we're going into the golden age. If you don't take control of the reins of your life, then you will be left behind. But I am going to do a general read today. I've been getting a lot of requests. I've been checking my inbox over the past year, just going back over my messages, and everybody wants readings. I will not be doing personal readings anymore. I will be hosting more events, doing general reads, and just living life to the max and going where spirit sees fit. I have been working on a lot of things, so before I do this general read, I'm going to just catch y'all up on what I've been working on. So I'm in nursing school. My end goal is to administer psychedelic therapies, therapy sessions, and administer psychedelics for spiritual purposes. Anybody that knows me knows that it's not just a thing I'm interested in. I'm very passionate about psychedelics and mental health and things like that. And I also want to deliver babies, but I'm in school for that. So I always, anything that I'm passionate about or do, I try to do things that revolve around that. So I created these Nurse Boss Chronicles, and everything's backwards because I'm on my phone. But I created journals for nurses, CNAs, nurse practitioners, working on phlebotomists now. But Nurse Boss Chronicles, this one says push your limit. CNA, LPN, RN, nurse practitioner. Here's a few more. I didn't leave everybody out. I got a couple more coming out for my lunar people and also my Asians. But I've been working on those journals. And I also have something that is very special to me. This one came straight from the heart. It's called the Manifestation Blueprint. It is, let's see how many I put in there. Did I number it? Yes, 13 different ways to manifest and change your reality or become in control of your reality. It's called the Manifestation Blueprint. And then in the back of it, of course, is a journal for you to journal your journey through manifestation. I've manifested a lot for myself in these past 3 years. Just with the big C word and things going on. I've also created my own card decks that will be coming out soon. One that's special to me is called Psychedelic Intentions. So whenever you do like a spiritual trip, you can choose your intention. For example, increasing connection and intimacy and interpersonal relationships. So anytime you go on a spiritual journey, psychedelic spiritual journey, you can set your intention with these cards. And then my card deck series is called TORACLE. It's a mix of the 22 major arcana of the tarot card decks mixed with oracle cards. And the oracle cards are cards that I have created on my own. So the deck that I'll be working with today is called New Gods, Old World, because I believe America is the old world and it was just recreated and became a melting pot, but there was indigenous people already here. So this card deck was my first one, and it's very, very special to me. So I guess this will be my first time doing a Toracle card reading. I actually had created my own deck. Let me go get it. Goes back to manifestation, but give me 1 second. I'm gonna run and grab it. Well, I was wrong. I put it up somewhere, so I'll have to find that for the next read, but I'm not going to waste time on that. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to show that one today, but I always tell people when you want to manifest something, it's just like if you get a new car today, that's all you see on the road. If you're interested in a new car, that type of car is all you're going to see on the road. So if you just put it in plain sight, put it in your frequency, you can manifest it. I say the same thing for not thinking about things. Ooh, I'm out of breath. Thinking about things that you don't want. Just like you can manifest seeing 1,000 Impalas or 1,000 Lexuses or that new Range Rover you want, you'll manifest and bring things into your frequency. So that's what I did a couple years ago, was creating my own card deck out of index cards. And for these past probably 3 to 5 years, I have been thinking of all these things, and every time I reach out to a graphic designer, it's going to cost me thousands of dollars. And then one night, I just said, you know what? I'm going to try this myself. No matter what obstacles I face, I'm going to just print it out and see what it looks like. So here we go. My TORACLE Tarot X Oracle card deck, New Guides, Old World. And we're going to see what Spirit has for us. This card deck has no words on it except for maybe with the 22 major arcana. But outside of that, it's just pictures, and it's pictures of, I feel that anybody that has reached an elite status, even if they're not a celebrity, quote unquote celebrity, you know, it's people in your hood, in your neighborhood, in your area that have just been popular since birth. They're like old souls. They attract everything they want. They attract the attention, the people, and they don't even try. So I feel like that energy just reincarnate, and you can have a Lakshmi or Zuli in this current day, present time. So what I did was take very influential music artists, different entertainers from the 1900s up until now. And I have a part 2 coming out because there's so many bomb energies. But I feel like I'm the gatekeeper to the dead. And all these names and spirits and pictures of these people on my cards, they came to me at one point in time, and I have watched every single life story of the people on these cards. But when you get your card deck, it's whatever Spirit gives to you. I always tell people, if you're a reader, it just comes to you. You don't have to learn the meanings of the cards. Sometimes the meaning of the card is not the message Spirit was trying to get out. So you have to listen to that inner voice and that inner energy that's telling you. So I'm going to do a draw today and see where the energy is leading us. Okay. So we got Midnight. Midnight is from St. Croix. He's a Rasta. I don't know if he's officially a Rasta, but he represents it. His energy is about getting the message out to the people and letting ones know how to know thyself. So I feel like the energy that's coming to me right now is about knowing yourself, believing in yourself, assisting those that may not know, like yourself. We also got Archangel Michael Jackson. Archangel Michael, I believe he was an incarnated energy, and again, it's about being yourself. Michael Jackson gives me that energy of Peter Pan and your inner childhood, so some people may need to dive back into your inner self and heal that childhood trauma, so that you can move forward, because 2024 is going to hit the ground running. And whatever you do in 23, which is the Jordan year, the magic year, that's what's going to hold you over these next 10 years. We also got the Lovers card. And speaking of lovers, we're in Venus retrograde right now. So if anybody's been feeling stagnant in love, ups and downs in your love life, don't worry. Venus retrograde, if you reach those hard bumps in the road, don't let it get to you. Just take a deep breath. This too shall pass. And also, it can be, Venus retrograde can awaken you and let you know that it'll kind of like be the shining light on deal breakers in relationships. So if you've been contemplating leaving a relationship, Venus retrograde will shine the light on all the things you knew, all the red flags, so that you yourself, not any other reader, can make that choice, or any other person can make that choice to either stay or go. So I say Venus retrograde is good for deal breakers, and if you're happy in your relationship and you're just having feeling stagnant or having miscommunications, just hold off until, I think it's September the 3rd. is when Venus retrograde will be over. And also with Venus retrograde and our lovers card, old lovers may come back into your life. And when old lovers come back, that doesn't mean get back into a relationship, because I feel like after time has passed, no matter how much you might think about that person, that time has passed. So sometimes old lovers come back just to say, I'm sorry, just want to make amends and get closure. So, and if you're that person that's feeling like communicating back with an ex, you can communicate with them, let them know you're sorry, apologize, and just gain closure. I also got Tina Turner. So that goes back to our relationships. This will be the time that people end things, toxic relationships, whether it's girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, friends. Venus retrograde again is going to be shining light on those relationships. And if anybody had a yes no question before I did this reading of something that you wanted to hear, Spirit is saying yes. Yes to that question that you have within. I do have a card for Gangsta Boo, but she didn't come out of my deck, so maybe she didn't have a message. But I do want to say happy birthday to her, and that I am very honored that she will be another ancestor on the other realm that can send messages to us. I don't look at death as a bad thing. It's just a transformation. I am going to pull from this is not a deck I created. It's a soulmate deck, and soulmates doesn't necessarily mean love. Sometimes it's being in love with yourself, like love relationships. Sometimes it's being in love with yourself, and sometimes it's just about building bonds. So I'm going to pull from this deck and see what Spirit has. Don't be afraid of losing someone who doesn't want you. So again, we're in Venus retrograde. So if there's somebody who doesn't appreciate you, doesn't value you, Venus retrograde will bring this out and shine light on that. And then it's up to you to make the choice. Spirit is never going to say you need to make that choice. It's up to you. Spirit can only reveal things to you. Another card I got, everything you need, your courage, your strength, your compassion, and love, everything you need is already within you. So again, like I said, Venus retrograde shines light on the lack of love or being stagnant in love. But sometimes once you love yourself, it all works out. Again, peace comes within. Do not seek without. So all the love you need and everything you desire is already within you. If you can't give it to yourself, you're only going to drain the next person. And if you're in a relationship and you're feeling like all of your needs are not being met, one, it's time to go. Two, you got to start giving that to yourself. You should never get in a relationship and expect somebody to fulfill that void for you, because that's draining. Even if it's the perfect relationship, you're stealing someone else's energy. You're an energy vampire. It's a little shiny. Okay, so then I also got from Spirit, souls that belong to each other always find their way back together. And you want a person who comes into your life by accident but stays on purpose. So if you have to force it, again, Venus retrograde is going to reveal that to you. I have one more card that I wanted to use today since we're on love. I didn't know it was going to go the route of love. I was going to be more on a manifestation vibe, but Spirit spoke, and this is what we're going to roll with. So let's see what Spirit has. This card deck is called The Whispers of Love, and it's the Oracle card deck, and it's a card deck for attracting more love into your life. So love does not necessarily mean a relationship. It can be a friendship, a work friendship, partnership, a new dog, or just simply being in love with yourself. And being in love with yourself is the best solution. Okay, let's see what the Whispers of Love have. Relationship patterns. It takes strength to recognize the need for change. So again, Venus retrograde is going to bring about change. Express love through gifts. A small token of love can convey great appreciation. So with attracting love around you, you can show love by gifting random people at work, gifting your friends, gifting your parents, gifting your siblings. We all want somebody to do for us, and a lot of people, I feel like Venus retrograde has brought out a lot of self-love and selfishness in a good way. Where I hear people say all the time, I do for, and who does for me? Just continue to keep being that light. The people that are for you will come into your life. So pretty much this general reading was focused on Venus retrograde. I'm just getting the feeling and the energy that people are feeling stagnant in love. There's a lot of miscommunication, whether it's at work. In all relationships, there's a big miscommunication. I've even had people, I didn't even realize it was Venus retrograde, but to me, it's feeling a little Mercury retrograde. But again, any past lovers that pop up, it's foreclosure. And any stagnant or miscommunications in relationships, this too will pass. If you're on the verge of making that decision, make that decision. Don't ignore the red flags and don't be in love off potential. No potential love. 2024 is going to be about being 100, being 100 with yourself, being 100 with your lovers, your friends, your partners. And the people that are for you are going to love you exactly for you. Like, if you're that person that just keeps it all the way 1,000 and it's hard for you to keep friendships, your tribe is coming. But your tribe starts with you. It starts within. It starts with connecting that divine within. And when we connect with that divine within individually, it penetrates the rest of the world. You'll be that leader by example. We have a lot of people that want to tell everybody else how to love, what to do. But what are you doing in your life? What is your life like behind closed doors? Are you reflecting the message that you're giving out? So again, Venus retrograde, we got Archangel Michael will be the energy. And any of you that don't know what the Archangel Michael is about, I suggest you study it. I'm not going to go over that. I just feel like when I give these readings, whatever spirit leads and whatever resonates with you, if you have questions about it, look it up. Spirit's going to continue to communicate with you. People will just beg and ask for specific answers. And most of the time, you know the answers. So, and I also do want to say, I've been wanting to say this to the world, and I just got to the bottom of this during my year off social media and just off the scene. A lot of people, the reason I quit doing readings is because the deeper that I get into my spiritual journey, I'm realizing that all the answers are in front of us. You don't need another person to give you the answers. Pull your natal chart. If you want to book a consultation, go on www.imperialsanctuary.com. You can book me for a consultation. I'll show you how to pull your natal chart. It's free. I'll show you how to pull your life path number and go over numerology with the different numbers in your life. All the answers are already right there for you to figure it out before you even got here. Just to give you a quick example, I'm not deep into numerology. I'm just sharing from my experience of checking my own life path numbers and numerology in my life. The house I'm in right now, it's a dream come true. 3,000 square feet. I ain't gonna lie, I love it, but I'm renting right now, and I eventually will buy whenever I decide to open my retreat. But I got on the numerology chart, and I looked up my house number, and it equated to the number 5. I think it was the number 5. It's a couple months ago when I did this, and it told me, hey, this is not your final destination. This house is about parties, gatherings, get-togethers, social events, and just people coming in and out. And I had been in this phase where I didn't want people in my energy and in my house. And when I look at my house, it's the perfect venue. So if we start looking up the numbers, you may be somewhere and it doesn't feel right and it doesn't fit right. But when you study what your purpose is for being in this frequency and in this energy and in this place, at this place in time, it'll all make sense. Another example that I had is whenever I had looked up my natal chart like 6 or 7 years ago, but I was working at T-Mobile, I think, and doing customer service. Customer service is something that I'm really good at. Y'all see I like to talk. Anybody that knows me, I'm standoffish and quiet when you first meet me, but once you meet me, I don't shut up and I talk really fast. So I thought customer service was my calling. And then when I was going through my divorce and just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life, my twin sister, who is a nurse, was like, you should CNA. You like old people. These are girls that are getting money, doing travel assignments. You should do it. Kept holding off, and I did it. Then fast forward, I was being a CNA, and I got offered a job in social services to become the assistant. While being the assistant, I got promoted to being the director over discharges, which is still a part of social work. Fast forward 7 years later, I was like, let me look at my natal chart again. I'm already feeling like all the answers are right here in front of us. Let me look at my natal chart again. Looked up my natal chart, and it specifically told me, you will do well in the medical profession or in social work. Two things that I excelled in like in no time. I became the director of not social services, the director of discharges within months of working that job. And the answers was right there 7 years ago while I was still trying to be a customer service representative. So I just pulled my kids' natal chart. I pulled a couple of their friends' natal chart. My son just graduated high school. So I just feel like if we give our kids that heads up and you actually read your natal chart, it has nothing to do. Some people are afraid of looking up their natal chart or getting into astrology. It has nothing to do with spirits or anything spooky. It is specifically telling you about your personality and your traits based on the date and time that you were born. So I say pull up your natal chart. And when I was telling y'all what all I had going on, I forgot to give y'all my new website. It's www.imperialsanctuary.com. You can find my Nurse Boss Chronicle books. You can find my manifestation book. Me and my husband wrote the informational guide to fasting. He sells soaps, candles, shea butter, herbs, anything spiritual. We have spiritual tools coming out. Anything spiritual you can think of, we're into that, and we have that. We don't have the products up on the site. We just have our physical store, and we'll be doing a grand opening soon. But imperialsanctuary.com, if you want direction on how to pull up your natal chart and get a numerology reading, and get like a general direction on looking up the things that will help guide your life, you can book me for a spiritual consultation. I also have an event coming up in October, which will be held at our Imperial Sanctuary in our Imperial Realm that me and my husband created. It's going to be October 28th. It's called Psychedelic Intentions, and it kind of goes with the card deck that I created, Psychedelic Intentions, where we dive into the healing journey of psychedelics and sacred plants and all the herbs and things that creation has given us to heal ourselves, to transform. And it takes you on an inward journey. So if you're interested in psychedelics or just tapping into that inner spirit and coming out with a revelation from the journey, I would love for you to join me. This is a private event. If you're not of my normal following, or if I don't really know where you're coming from, you will get a refund. But there is a limit. The max capacity is 25. Trying to get a couple psychedelic speakers to come and join me with this event. But it's going to be an event to remember. It's going to be a private event. So when you book your ticket online, you won't get the address until the week of the event. But it is going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm so passionate about psychedelics and their healing properties, not just having a good time and getting fucked up. So if you're interested in psychedelic therapies, discovering, researching, or just going on that journey, check me out on imperialsanctuary.com. Click on that link and purchase your ticket. If you have any questions, you can email me at imperialsanctuary@outlook.com, and I'll be glad to answer any of your questions about the Psychedelic Intentions book, or answer any of your questions about booking a consultation for your natal chart. Just hit me up. But I'm back on the scene. I will be doing readings regularly, giving general reads, and just checking in to see what message Spirit has for you. They may not always resonate, but it's somebody out there that needed that message, and it's on and popping. I'm ready. I'm excited to be back out here. I'm excited to connect. Y'all hit me up if you used to come to my spiritual Sundays. I forgot what I used to call it. I used to have gatherings at my house on Sundays. I used to have moon gatherings. I used to have all kinds of small personal events. So if you're interested in linking back up with me, hit me up. If you're interested in collabing on an event, hit me up. I'm here. And don't forget to also check out the Manifestation Blueprint. I think I'm going to have planning a brunch soon about manifestation, but I'm not sure. But for sure, Psychedelic Intentions, October 28th in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.